if you want to get on board. I'm Dick Bowerly. I'm sitting in for the great Mick Hayes this week, along with Rich Rogemoser, and we're having a great time. The studio is so full, it's unbelievable.
It's like a party in here.
It's like Woodstock. My God, the thruway is closed from what they're telling me. And we're going to talk a little bit about the show coming up at Nietzsche's this Saturday night. Very, very exciting night. And I think before we do that, you want to bring Mick on to join the conversation?
Mick is on location right now.
On location?
We got such a huge budget for this show, we got Mick on location.
Excellent. Mick, are you there?
Mick, what's up, brother? Why, thank you. Yeah. Well, thank you there, buddy. What's going on? Due to the economy, is that why they closed up? Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Can you hang out for a little while, stay with us, and, all right, well, Dick's got a special guest in the studio right now he's going to talk to, so hang out with us for a bit, Mick.
Yeah, we're going to go, we're going to refer back to the upcoming show at Nietzsche's. We've got Micheal Bly here. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. And these guys are actually sharing a bill, and this is totally coincidence that they all happen to be here at the same time.
Great, that's great.
So let me first give a hello to Matt Young.
Hey.
And hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Now, Matt's not only an old radio comrade of mine, going back to way back into the 80s, actually, to date both of us. But we actually worked together here at Entercom. But Matt's also a fine musician. He's a fine producer, a fine keyboard player who plays with the Scott Solani Band. And did I pronounce Scott's name?
Selene.
Selene.
Yeah.
All right.
He's listening right now. He just drove off the road.
Oh, good. That's all right. All right. Well, let me just say, well, I want to be, I want to be ethically correct. You know what I mean? But I got to say this: that before we talk about the show, blame Matt in part for the Eyewitness News Rap, because when he was playing,
There's a lot of blame for this
You
Eyewitness
can-
News Rap. Have you noticed that so far?
and you can
Mike
elaborate.
Randall's gotten it, poor Matt's getting it.
Well, basically, the whole Eyewitness News Rap was, you were actually a B-side to a song that
Thank
was
God.
done with Mike Randall called Rock and Roll Rebel. And it was Randall Rocks with Strider, and I was a member of Strider at the time that we did that. And my first real studio experience, my first ever experience working with a producer was with that gentleman sitting to your left, Dick Bowerly.
Oh, really?
That's how far back he and I go, yeah.
I'm just happy I was a B-side.
Well, it was, we did it for charity back then. We're talking like November 1987. It was up for TV sweeps for Channel 7. But all the proceeds from the record went to Camp Good Days and Special Times. So there was the Randall Rocks thing, and then there was also the Eyewitness News Rap. And I think, if memory serves, we raised about $10,000 back then. We sold out of all the 45s. That's how old it was. We did 45s.
45s.
Yeah,
45.
45. Talk about the CD, because you guys allowed me, graced me with the honor of playing on it in the party coming up in Nietzsche's this week.
It was kind of a way, and I don't mean to piggyback on Michael's time here, but it's quite fortuitous that we're going to be on the same bill. But Scott Solani Band, I've been a member for about 5 years, and this is actually Scott's 5th studio CD, and it's the first time he's used his local, well, I shouldn't say local, but basically his band, all the guys from Buffalo, to do a full production. And just because I'd worked with Dick so many years ago, learned so much from him all that time, I thought it would be kind of cool to have him back and play guitar on a couple of tracks, and he was kind enough to do that, literally in his living room.
Really?
I love the new technology.
Yeah, it's amazing. And so he's on a couple of the tracks that we did, and the CD's called Huge in Europe, and the official release is this Saturday at Nietzsche's. And we're going to be doing the show along with these guys at Micheal Bly Band.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and if I could just do one quick shout out, and then I'll turn things over to Michael. I want to thank a couple of people that Dick also knows, Bill and Peggy over at Select Sound Studios, because they were really great to us, and their whole staff. And we got a lot of work done there, and their engineers, Jay Pagano and PJ Lorenzo. And we're just really, really grateful for the faith and belief they showed in this project with us.
Well, I'll tell you, you have to hear it. It's a great sounding CD. Matt did a great job producing it, because what it does is it captures the essence of what the band is really like, but studioized. So it's produced wonderfully, because it's not what I would have ruined it. I would have overproduced it. Matt did not overproduce it, yet it sounds nice and full and really, really great to listen to. And it's hard to do that.
Really hard.
It's really hard to know when to stop.
And it's an awesome title.
It is a great
It's an
title.
awesome title.
Well, we're hoping it gets huge in Europe.
Yeah.
We're hoping it gets huge in Buffalo.
we'll try to help you out.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the time, too.
Well, thank you so much for stopping
Well,
by.
thank you for having me.
In studio now, Micheal Bly. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Rich.
How are you?
Hi, Michael.
Doing great. How you
Still-
doing?
Still recovering from the music awards, Michael.
Yeah, months later.
Yes, you hurt me. Micheal Bly is a local performer. The very interesting thing about Michael, there's multiple things that I find really interesting about you. One, you are a working musician out doing cover thing, and you also have your second CD that you
Second.
just released, and you're doing really, really well with that.
Yeah.
How many copies?
Went through about 2,000 copies. Not all sold. Some of them were given away to producers and people and
Yeah.
hot girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Has to happen.
Totally makes sense. How many copies of the Eyewitness News Wrap were there?
How many did we sell?
10,000.
10,000.
Ooh, not there yet.
That's
You're
my
almost
goal.
there. You're almost
It's only been
there.
a couple months, so you know we're getting.
I will keep talking about this Eyewitness News Wrap forever. I'm sorry.
We'll have to get Irv on the next Micheal Bly project.
That's what we're missing.
Exactly. You are also a lawyer,
I am
and you lived in New York City,
for 7 years.
and you came back to Buffalo for.
Family, and I love the people here. There's pros and cons. I mean,
Yeah.
I like New York. It's hard not to like New York, but you got to have the money to do it right too. And,
Right.
And I love Buffalo. I love the people here. And for me, as a musician and as a lawyer, people are what it's all about.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, that's a great story. That you were in New York City doing your thing. You were playing in New York City too. I know you've left here and you've played in New York City a couple times. In the last couple of years since I've talked to you.
Oh yeah, we go back a lot because we have a lot of fans there. I mean, I was there for 7 years. I was playing the whole time, and the last 2 years I quit working full time as an attorney because I got signed to a record label, Heavy Tone Records, and so that was an incredible experience. I always say like I did the music industry almost backwards because I was in New York playing these incredible shows, opening for amazing acts, and because I was with the label. And that was my first experience, and I thought, well, this is just what it's like. And then I come back to Buffalo to try and do the whole thing on my own, and you got to do your own sound, and you got to do your own booking, and you got to do all the parts of the industry
Right.
that nobody sees when they just see us up there on stage. And even I'm here in the studio with Justin Lackey, my saxophone player, and I know the rest of the guys in the band are always telling me, man, you deal with the bar owners, you deal with the promoters. We don't even want anything to do with
Yeah.
that. It's a whole complicated business. Most people don't realize.
It's hard too, and this is something that I keep talking. We talked about it with Mark last week, and I talk about it a lot. It's really hard, to handle the artistic side of things and still be somebody who can take care of business, because the business end of it is confusing and hard, and you need to have some skills, to be able to promote and be able to book shows and be able to collect your money and so on and so forth. It's not easy. It's not like you just strap a guitar on and jam.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's new with the band? A whole new lineup for the band?
We've had the same lineup now for over a year.
Your drummer's
And,
amazing. I seen you guys the other day.
Oh yeah, well thanks. Yeah, I mean it's amazing. Like, the guys in the band are unbelievable. I couldn't be more psyched about it. We all played on the CD. We all took all last summer and into the fall recording that, and so that's been out for more like 3 or 4 months now, and just playing all the time. I play acoustic shows too. A lot of times I play solo or with Justin on saxophone, and so playing about half and half. Usually Friday, Saturdays with the band, and during the week with acoustic.
Well, who else is in the band besides Justin?
Sure, Kevin Roeder's on lead guitar, Bob Casper's on the drums, Zach Calabrese, who just got accepted to Boston for Berklee School of Music, so we're really psyched for that, and now he's back for the summer, so he'll be playing all summer with us again. And we have Ed Garrity on the keyboards occasionally for bigger shows.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I can exactly relate to what you're talking about, too. It's really difficult when it's your name on the thing, and you've got to try to be the musician, you've got to try to be the creative force, but you've also got to be the business force. It is, I'm telling you, I would...
Impossible sometimes.
Yeah, back in those record label days, I mean, it was just totally stress city. And I'm sure you're feeling a little bit of that and have felt that in the past. And it's like you just really wish that where is Brian Epstein when I really need him? And it just, Brian was, our paths never were able to cross, but...
It's an aspect that kills a lot of projects though, because it's very hard to get something off the ground, especially if the band is all artistic type folk that don't have the ability to do that kind of stuff. It's something that can keep you in a garage or keep you in a rehearsal space forever.
Well, and again, just like in any kind of a business, you always, and Michael, I know you've been there because we all have, you're always placed in that uncomfortable situation of good cop, bad cop. I mean, any business arrangement or transaction isn't always, amicable from start to finish, and sometimes it's much better to have that third person be the bad cop, where you can just kind of, divorce yourself from some of the more intense proceedings that may be going on.